Welcome back, Truth Seeker. Wednesday, April 15th, 2020. In the headlines today, a couple of deaths related to the NFL. Willie Davis, Hall of Famer, won a bunch of rings with the Packers. And the baby of Kyle Bosworth, who's married to a woman who's a reality TV star. I'm going to show you the parallels between these two deaths and also how it factors into Tarvaris Jackson's death earlier this week. And just in case you missed my video from a couple weeks ago, the death of Bobby Mitchell, we'll revisit that too. So we'll begin with Willie Davis, who wore the number 87 with the Packers and is dead 87 days after the Packers' rigged loss to the 49ers in the NFC Championship. An NFC Championship that we saw coming a mile away because we know the code. The code that the games are rigged by, the code that the players are also murdered by. And that code is Gematria, the practice of coding numbers into words, which comes from Jewish mysticism Kabbalah, where in Kabbalah's Book of Formation it stated God created the world with numbers, letters, and words. And you'll notice Willie Davis died at 85. We just talked about the other day the significance of Tarvaris Jackson dying at 8:50 p.m. 85 is a significant number to the league. In Gematria National Football League's 85, like Green Bay, Wisconsin, where arguably the most historic franchise is located, the Packers, who won Super Bowl I, who are usually a team up at the top of the league. So, in addition to dying 87 days after the NFC Championship game and wearing the number 87, from his own birthday to his death was 266 days, which pops out right away. But notice that's also 38 weeks. And what do we know about 38? The words death, murder, killing, R.I.P., Gematria, they all sum to 38. Again, look up the song Gematria, the killing name. Another song to look up is Murder by Numbers by the Police, where killing's the sport of the elite. It's as simple as ABC 1, 2, 3. With regards to the 266 days, remember that's the number of the Jesuits. We're in the time of the 266th Pope, the first publicly Jesuit Pope. The motto of the Jesuits in Gematria sums to 266 and 122, like Pope Francis's 122. Again, Pope Francis is the 266th Pope, the first publicly Jesuit Pope. And the Jesuits have a stranglehold in the world of professional sports. Notice the word Jesuits 84, like Masonry, like Green Bay Packers. Pope Francis born on a date with 84 numerology, December 17th, 1936. He'll turn 84 years old later this year if he makes it. And then again, the 38, the word death is 38, like the word murder, like the word killing, like the word R.I.P. Don't forget the movie poster Murder by Numbers. The E's changed to a 3, the B's changed to an 8. No other letters are changed to numbers. 3-8, murder 38. The song Murder by Numbers came out in 83. Murder also 83, like football. Sandra Bullock, the star, Murder by Numbers, 83. Killing, death, R.I.P., Gematria, English, Kabbalah, Jew, all 38. Again, Gematria, the practice of coding numbers into words, which comes from Jewish mysticism Kabbalah. So this man dead exactly 38 weeks after his birthday. Both the day count and the week count symbolic. From the Super Bowl, which the Chiefs won, and of course the Chiefs lost to the Packers in Super Bowl I, which Willie Davis won. But from the Super Bowl to his death, 73 days later. And sacrificed is 73, so was Packers, so was Willie Davis. And then the NFC Championship that his old team lost in to the 49ers. And part of the reason that we knew that the Packers and Niners are going to meet in the NFC Championship is because they had played 57 days prior to the NFC Championship game. And then we laughed when the final score was 20-37, 57 combined points, because 57 is a championship number. Always shows up around championships. So we saw the Packers and 49ers meeting in that NFC Championship. Aaron Rodgers playing his old Niners, the team he grew up cheering for because he's from the Bay Area. It was just too easy to see. But it was comical that the score was 57 combined points. Again, you can look, their regular season game was a span of 57 days earlier. If you don't count the span, it'd be 56 days, but the span's 57. But look at that. From that game, January 19th, to his death, 87 days. He was number 87. Stuff's clockwork. This goes on every single season, killing off former players, current players, rituals. And the players they choose, it's because they have a connection in numbers. For example, the Packers are in Wisconsin. Wisconsin's 55. What's the upcoming Super Bowl? 55. Remember, we just covered the death of Tarvaris Jackson in the Super 55 ritual. Tarvaris Jackson, 55, dead in Montgomery, 55, in a car crash, 55. And again, they reported his time of death at 8:50 p.m. See if I can find where they wrote that at. Let's see, right here. According to the Alabama Law Enforcement Agency, Jackson was involved in a single vehicle crash at 8:50 p.m. National Football League 85. A couple days later, a dead 85-year-old for the Packers. And something to think about, it's the band The Police that did the song Murder by Numbers, where killing's the sport of the elite. It's as simple as ABC 1, 2, 3. Who's always writing these bogus reports that these athletes are always dead in car crashes when we know that's not the case? They're being ritualistically murdered, and they're having a false cause of death reported. Again and again, it's the same thing. So, if you missed my video on Tarvaris Jackson, there's a whole lot more. He had 45 career touchdowns. His nickname was T-Jack 45, quarterback 45. Tarvaris 36, dead at age 36. He's dead 71 days from the Super Bowl. Car crash 71. I mean, and again, if you missed the video on it, I explained a lot more. Why Tarvaris? But he had that 55 connection as well. And then you have this death today, Kyle Bosworth's child den, and football player. He's married to Kara Kioff, whose name equals 55. And the story was their child was born April 6th, 4/6, and died shortly after. And the details are vague. They're saying it had a shoulder dystocia and a compressed umbilical cord. With regards to that child being born April 6th, 4/6, Genesis 46 begins with a sacrifice. Sacrifice 46. The date can also be written 6/4, like Kill 64. She's on the mother's on the reality TV show that has the acronym RHOC, Real Housewives of Orange County. And the RHOC family shows support. So, anyhow, RHOC is also 64. But again, that 55 connection, NFL, and then get a load of Bosworth. From his birthday, November 21st, to the child's birth was 137 days later. He was born, Kyle Bosworth, on a date with 137 numerology. 137 is the 33rd prime number. He's 33 years old right now. And remember, in Satanic Gematria, NFL's 137. So, it's not clear from reading the stories if the child died on April 6th or if it died in the days after. I'll look for more details and do a more up-to-date post if the child didn't die on April 6th, but just being born on that date and just seeing what's going on here with all the rash of NFL deaths, it's not hard to figure out that this was not an accident. And again, they report crap to us all the time. Ritual sacrifice is a big part of this satanic cabal that controls the world of entertainment. They make these entertainers sacrifice to be in the spotlight, to get the fame, the attention, the wealth. And it's also a control mechanism, you know. They know that if these people are willing to do these things, then they have them under their finger. Because they use celebrities to control the minds of the masses. So they need to make sure they can control their celebrities. Again, check out the video I did on Tarvaris Jackson, and also check out the video I did on the death of Bobby Mitchell. But he played for the Redskins, wore the number 49. He died on a 49 date numerology. And he died on April 5th, a date that can be written 5/4. He played for the Redskins, Redskins 54. Super Bowl 54 just passed, won by the Kansas City Chiefs. Only 3 Super Bowls have been won by black quarterbacks in history. Doug Williams of the Redskins, Russell Wilson of the Seahawks, who was a teammate of Tarvaris Jackson, and Patrick Mahomes of the Chiefs. And all three of those teams, Redskins, Seahawks, Chiefs, they all have native symbolism. The Seahawks get their symbol from the local native tribe, and the city of Seattle is named after Chief Seattle, a Native American. So think about it. 3 black quarterbacks, Native Americans. Do you think they're trying to tell you something? That maybe black people were here before Christopher Columbus got here? Which is bullshit history. Of course that's what they're trying to tell you. And if you missed our work on the Super Bowl, we said why it was going to be the Chiefs. Had everything to do with the number 64. And we were saying this before the Super Bowl was played. The Chiefs now have scored 64 total points in Super Bowls. From the Super Bowl to this man's death was 64 days. Doug Williams, who played for the Redskins and won the first Super Bowl as a black quarterback, 64 years old. Native Americans is 64. Kansas City Chiefs is 64. 49ers is 64. Think about Alex Smith, who tutored Mahomes, who went from the Chiefs to the Redskins. But again, it's just all number rituals. This guy's number 49. Dead on a date with 49 numerology as a Super Bowl ritual. Washington, Super Bowl, NFL, all 49. Scottish equals 49. American football credited to the Scottish Rite Freemason Walter Camp, who went to Yale and was a member of Skull and Bones, old 322, which reminds of Alex Smith, who got his leg broken on the 322nd day of the year by the guy born on 322 March 22nd. It was on the 33-year anniversary of Joe Theismann breaking his leg with the Redskins on the same hash mark on the field. Bobby Mitchell, the man who was sacrificed in this ritual, 223, like skull and crossbones. And have you go back and watch the video. From Patrick Mahomes' birthday to this man's death was 202 days, skull and bones 202. There's even more. So check out the videos I did on Bobby Mitchell. Check out the videos I did on Tarvaris Jackson. But I wanted to get on here tonight and get this video done. I meant to do it earlier today, but got distracted. So make sure it's out now, because I'm sure by the time I wake up tomorrow, we'll be buried with more headlines to decode. Times are fast and furious. And again, all these other truth channels out there, why don't they help us reveal this knowledge that people are being murdered? I feel like all these fake truth channels are complicit in all this by not sharing about it. You know, stuff's sick. Goes on every single day. Been exposing it for 7 years straight. Can't get anybody else in the truth community to talk about it that has a platform. Shout out to all the people who do. It's just those of us who do, we don't have platforms. We get destroyed, deleted, shadow banned. And that's probably why the shills don't cover it. They don't want the same kind of treatment for actually putting out real content that exposes real evil. All right, True Seeker, appreciate all of you. Gonna wrap it up. Whoa, I got a super chat. How did that happen? Hold on. Oh, I see. Who wants to match me? I appreciate it. And you're welcome. And not to be like all those a-holes that only read super chats, let me say hello to the chat real quick. All right, let me see if there's anything going on here. All right. Doesn't look like I got any questions. I will be back tomorrow. Don't miss me too much. Till next time, True Seeker. Thanks for the generosity.